Acadia National Park is a rugged and beautiful stretch of coastline that is set aside as a national park. It also surrounds a large inland region of lakes, streams, and forests. It provides a playground for locals and visitors who enjoy the outdoors. The scenic Park Loop Road winds its way through the park past the main attractions. The best way to tour the park is by car. Cyclists and walkers can follow the network of unpaved carriage roads, which is part of more than 100 miles of hiking trails for all levels and ability. These include trails to the summit of the 1,530-foot Cadillac Mountain, the park's highest point, from which there are views of the coast and islands. Other highlights in the park are Bass Harbor Head Lighthouse and the dramatic Chasm of Thunder Hole. There are 2 large campgrounds in the park and a number of picnic areas.
Number 2, the Old Port in Portland Head Lighthouse. Tourists arriving at Maine's largest city, Portland, invariably head straight for its harbor district, the Old Port. There, along with fishing boats, busy docks, and seafood restaurants, they may find a cruise ship or see the tall mast of a sailing ship because Portland is still an active port. The narrow streets are lined by the brick and stone buildings that supported one of the East Coast's busiest ports from colonial times through to the 19th century. A landmark of Casco Bay in the Portsmouth Harbor is Portland Head Lighthouse, which marks the entrance to the harbor.
Number 3, Marginal Way in Ogunquit. The paved walking path along the shore from Ogunquit's long sandy beach to Perkins Cove is a beautiful way to see the rocky coast and its crashing surf. Among the rocky cliffs are a series of small sandy coves that offer a more intimate beach experience than Ogunquit Beach. The path is for walkers only, no bikes, no dogs, from April to October, and runs about 1.5 miles from the end of the village to the scenic wharfs of Perkins Cove. Originally, it was a small fishing port, but today the harbor is overlooked by restaurants and small shops. But you'll see plenty of fishing boats. You can return to town on the Marginal Way, walk back along the shady shore road, or take the trolley.
Number 4, Old Orchard Beach is an old-fashioned beach resort. Old Orchard Beach revels in the somewhat tacky honky-tonk atmosphere with its pier and thrill rides at New England's only remaining full-scale amusement park on the beach. So kick off your shoes, step back into the mid-century summer fun, and indulge in a little nostalgia. Palace Playland has all the expected rides, including the Ferris wheel right over the waves, a roller coaster, an old-fashioned carousel, bumper cars, and a dozen or so other kid pleasers. Pier stands and street-side windows sell fries, soft ice cream, saltwater taffy, and fried dough. The highlight of all this is full 7 miles of golden sand beach with free public access. The sands are scoured each night by volunteers, so you won't find a cleaner beach anywhere, and separating most of the 7 miles of beach from the line of low hotels and shops is a barrier of grassy dunes. Old Orchard is also the only Maine beach where you can arrive directly by train. The Amtrak station is opposite the pier and amusement park.
Number 5, Farnsworth Art Museum. No other museum has such a complete collection of works by artists connected with Maine, and its Wyeth Center is one of only 2 in the country dedicated to the work of 3 generations of Wyeths. The museum collections include some of America's most prominent late 19th and early 20th century landscape painters. A separate building exhibits works of James Wyeth and N.C. Wyeth. The Farnsworth also arranges tours of the Olson House. The museum is in Rockland's historic downtown, lined with nicely maintained 19th century brick buildings. This old seaport town is worth a stop for several other attractions, including Owl's Head Light and the Owl's Head Transportation Museum. Rockland is one of the home ports for the Maine Windjammer fleet, whose historic sailing ships you can often see moored here.
Number 6, Nubble Lighthouse. Cape Nettic Light is New England's most photographed lighthouse and certainly one of the easiest to get to. Nubble Lighthouse sits on its own island just off the rocky point of Cape Nettic. During the rising tide, the surf usually obliges photographers with a few waves breaking into the froth against the rocks. In late November, the lighthouse and keeper cottage are outlined in lights for the holiday season, and the annual lighting is celebrated with music, hot chocolate, and a visit from Santa. You can take a cruise from Ogunquit to see the lighthouse from the water.
Number 7, Bowdoin College Museum of Art is on the college campus in Brunswick. It features a permanent collection of more than 20,000 pieces ranging from ancient Greek ceramics and a 15th century painting by artist Fra Angelico to 17th century New England furniture and mid-century modern furniture by Charles Eames. There are many different pieces of art by many artists, rotating temporary exhibits, gallery talks, tours, and lectures throughout the year make this an active cultural center.
Number 8 is rafting on the Kennebec River. If you want to head inland but still crave thrashing waves, whitewater rafting on the Kennebec River is a perfect way to spend a day in western Maine. The top section of the river is a thrilling ride for the adventure seeker, and the bottom section offers fun for the less intrepid. Instead of the steady rhythm of the ocean waves, the whitewater rapids toss your boat as they wish. As you make your way through a rocky gorge flanked by pine trees, don't get too distracted by the scenery, or you may end up swimming through Class 3 and Class 4 rapids. Trust the guide, dig your paddling hard, and enjoy the unpredictable ride.
Number 9, Gulf Haggis. While the name Grand Canyon of the East might be a stretch, Gulf Haggis is certainly worthy of attention. Part of the 100-mile wilderness section of the Appalachian Trail and a national nature landmark, this 8-mile waterfall trail is a spectacular hike in western Maine that should not be missed.
Number 10, visit Stephen King sites. As most King enthusiasts know, Derry, Maine is the author's stand-in for the hometown of Bangor. Many scenes in King's books are drawn from actual attractions and places here, but perhaps the most popular of King's sites is his deep coral-colored Victorian home, fenced in by black wrought iron spiderwebs, bats, and a big capital K on the hefty gates. Please subscribe by hitting the subscribe button or click on the frog icon on the video. Don't forget to click the bell to get notified of our future videos. And of course, please click on the thumbs up.
And remember, stay young and have fun.